Hi guys, I'm Ember. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. So for today's pick a card, we're doing what's so alluring about you. So for the first pile, we have Fox with the green adventurine. For the second pile, we have Horse with the rose quartz. And for the third pile, we have Dragonfly with the amethyst. So take your time, go to whatever pile you feel intuitively called to, and the links to the piles will be in my description box below, and I will see you guys on the other side. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So for today's pick a card, we're doing what's so alluring about you, or what makes you so alluring. We have Fox, Cheetah, Bat, Swan. We have 23 All Tied Up, 50 Angel of Strength, 64 Woodwives Adaptability. We have 50 Spirit of the River, Movement Towards Adventure. We have 18 Magic Stream, 36 Commitment, 29 Coming to Life. First quarter moon in Sagittarius, Believe in Your Good Luck. And new moon in Aquarius, Open Up to Change. So what I first found super interesting about your pile, I wanted to pull animal cards. I absolutely love animal cards, and I think they can tell us so much. So for the Fox, we have earth energy. For the Cheetah, we have fire. For the Bat, this is air, and the Swan is water. So you have all four elements in your pile, which I think just really shows how versatile you are as a person, and that versatility I think draws people to you. And the Fox is extremely clever, but also mysterious, which I absolutely love. I think what people find most alluring is probably the mystery of you and not being able to understand you at a level that they can kind of put into words. I feel like there's so many layers to you as a person, Pile 1. I feel like these layers are, there's so many parts of you, and they're so deep and mystical. That's what I'm getting. And the Cheetah is all about fire and passion and the sun, and it's about the sun being inside the Cheetah instead of the sun. You know, the Cheetah the Cheetah has the power of the sun inside of itself. It doesn't need the sun per se to create its power. Its power just is inherently inside of it. And I think that this is talking about how your power is not loud. It is extremely powerful, but in a quiet way, which is also what makes you alluring, because people are drawn to your power because it's not loud, because it's mystical, because it's extremely strong, and it's really strong and powerful, but it's a quiet strength. It's a quiet intensity. And we have Bat, and Bat is all about the darkness and owning your darkness and the moon. And I love that we have like a sun and a moon card too. It's like the light and the dark of you. And the darkness of you is mystical and mysterious. All of these animals are mystical or mysterious in some way. The Fox and the Bat and the Swan are extremely mystical. And the Bat is about owning your darkness. And I feel a lot of you have done a lot of healing and a lot of looking at your darkness, and the way that you command your darkness and the way that your darkness is your friend is alluring. And then we have Swan. And swans are extremely beautiful, and I don't know why I keep hearing misunderstood. Maybe you felt misunderstood your whole life. Maybe that's something that you've had to deal with. And the Swan's about, I love that we have two swans, one up and one down, and it's mirroring itself. And there's something really beautiful about the way that you mirror other people. I think you're very good at mirroring someone else. I feel like you're very good at helping someone feel comfortable by mirroring them, by being empathetic towards them, we all do that as humans to make each other feel comfortable. We mirror the actions or the feelings or whatever's going on. It's an empathetic quality. And I feel like you guys are very empathetic, and I feel like you guys are very good at mirroring, and you're very good at being there for other people. And I think that that's something else that people why people are drawn to you, why you're so alluring, is because you have this ability to be very empathetic. But I feel like you're very misunderstood, and you've probably been misunderstood your whole life. I feel like that you're feeling more understood than you have in the past, ever, I think. And But what has made you so alluring is that people can't put their words on, or put their finger, I guess is what I'm trying to say, put their finger on who you are as a whole. And that is really beautiful. I have that as well. People like never understood me, and I have a lot of layers to me. I'm like an onion. And I think you guys have that too, and I think it's really beautiful because you are very deep, and you have a lot of yourself that has learned and has thought about things existentially. I can't say that word, but you think about things that most people don't think about. You question your life in the ways that other people don't, and you have this beautiful commitment card, and the fox is very commitment oriented, and I believe so is a swan. But there's you have a commitment to the people that you love in such a way that is so loyal and so strong, and you will go to the ends of the earth to help people that you love. And that is also what's alluring about you. You have this quality of empathy, and this quality of commitment, and this quality of magic, and this quality of, I feel like a lot of you are very optimistic too. Like, I get a lot of you are like glass half full people, where you are very committed and also very optimistic about what life is and how, and I feel like you've been through a lot and you haven't been jaded by it. And I think that's also what makes you alluring. A lot of people don't understand how someone could go through something so awful, or go through multiple things that are really hard, and not let it jade them, not let it hurt them, not let it create a pessimistic point of view in your outlook in life. And I think that you have this, I think it's important for you, this is what I'm hearing, I think it's important for you to not have a jaded outlook on life. I think that you actively try to stay optimistic in your life about things that are going to happen, or about how people are. You always give people the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm hearing. You give people the benefit of the doubt, and you always make sure that you're hearing every single side to the story, and you always give somebody like the benefit of the doubt. When other people are saying, oh, this person did this and this person did this, you're like, well, what's their side of it? Like, why did they do that? Like, you think about the intentions and the actions that someone took, and well, why they got there, not how they got there, how they got there and why they got there, not what they did. You're focused on why someone would choose to do something that would be hurtful, or something that doesn't seem like it's in their character, or just in general. I think that you have a very intricate want to and desire to understand someone at the deepest level. And that's because you're very deep. And I think that you have this ability to see others as they are in a different way than most people, because you understand deeply what it is inside of you, and you understand how you're very deep. And so you always look for people's intentions and their desires, and what drives them, and what makes them tick, and how they came together as a person, because you have so many different parts of you that can relate, and so many different parts of you that can understand in a way that's so deep that other people can't, that you're able to see someone's intentions and actions and put it all together probably way before someone else would, because you also have this great ability to read somebody, because you have this deepness to you. You have this mystical part. You have these mystical parts of you. You have this part of you that questions everything, this part of you that wants to understand. And I think that want to understand is what drives you with people, with your relationships, with life. And that's what makes you excited about life and makes you feel like life's more adventurous, is by analyzing everything. You're very analytical, but not in like the way we think analyzing is in logic and stuff, but I feel like it's more in a mystical way. You analyze people in a deep mystical way instead of like a logical way. I think you're very logical as well, though. Like, I think you have so many facets to you, and that's why people are so drawn to you and find you so alluring, is because you have, I also see here that like you have these insane eyes that people, when they look in your eyes, they see worlds. They see worlds in your eyes, and it's magnetizing, because there's something that people can't quite understand, why your eyes look like they do, why they look so like starry or magnetic or hypnotizing. Like, you don't hypnotize people, but you get what I mean. Like, your intensity and the way that you look at people, you see people so deeply. When you look in their eyes, you can see things that other people don't. And I think that that's why people are so drawn to you, because they're like, wow, this person can actually see like things that I'm not saying to them. And it probably freaks people out. Like, and it freaks them out because they feel naked and vulnerable under your gaze because of your ability to see. I really get the sense that you guys can see things, like really, really deeply see somebody for who they are, and you first look at them and you can see things that other people can't. And that's scary to other people because other people want to hide. Like, people want to hide. They don't want just someone random or even a stranger or whatever knowing them. But that's also what makes you alluring, because you really see people for who they are, and people want to be seen. It's like people want to hide, sure, but people also genuinely deeply want to be seen more than they want to hide. Their hiding is a defense mechanism, right? So you get past people's defense mechanisms and can see them deeply for who they are, and it makes people like uncomfortable, but also makes people like very intrigued. That's what I'm hearing. Very intrigued. You're very adaptable. You have this ability to adapt to any situation that's thrown at you. You have this ability to adapt to, and in a very empathetic way. Like, it's an adaptability that's born of empathy. Wow, that's definitely, I was like, that's a great sentence, and that's totally from spirit. Adaptability born from empathy. I like love that. Oh my God. You are strong. I also it's interesting because I was pulling another card and I got a lion, and I didn't have anywhere to fit it in here, but then we have a lion right here, so it doesn't matter. But Angel of Strength, there's a lion in this card. And I think that some of you have spirit guides that are, I was hearing like really strong and amazing from one of your spirit guides. But also you are somebody that's been through a lot of stuff, and your spirit guides right now are telling you or wanting to convey to you how strong you are and how much you doubt yourself. I think a lot of you doubt yourselves and you can see other people clearly, but maybe that's something you work on, seeing yourself more clearly, because maybe other people, because other people didn't understand you, they made you feel misunderstood, and they made you feel like there was something wrong with you. That's what I'm hearing. And Spirit is saying they're working on seeing themselves the way they see other people. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. And you have this strength inside of you that other people just don't have, because you are so deep, because you're doing the work to try to see yourself clearly, because you look at things with the glass half full. And you're coming into your life in a new way. I really hear Spirit saying, you're coming into your life now because of the way that you're realizing who you are, and the way that you're now turning your ability to see other people back on yourself. I love that this video is also like an ego boost, because this really is like an ego boost. And I feel like this pile in specifics needs this ego boost also to help see themselves clearly. So I just love the synchronicities that I'm seeing about this, and how you see other people so clearly, and you're wanting to see yourself clearly, and then you come to this video to see yourself more clearly. And this video is also about what other people see about you, and that's also a way for you to look at yourself through someone else's eyes, like my eyes or someone else's eyes, and to see you. It's actually really interesting. You have this ability to open up to change and to look at things in a new way, to see. Like, you can see people in all facets, but you also can see situations in all facets. You have this ability to have something happen to you, and you really want to learn from it, and you kind of like go through each part of it, and like, okay, you're like, what did I learn here, and what did this mean, and why did this happen to this happen to this happen, and why did the in-between parts happen, and how did those parts lead to these parts, and how did why did this person respond this way, and why did I respond this way, and like, you're literally thinking at such a deep level that's also why people find you alluring, is because you think about things in the ways that others don't. Your brain is like super overdrive, super trying to figure it out. You're questioning yourself in such a way that other people don't question themselves. And that's why you learn and grow so much, because you question yourself at every turn. And it's like, I think what you're learning is about how to question yourself at every turn, but not to beat yourself up at every turn. That's something you're changing and healing. It's like, you're looking at, how do I how do I look at myself and what's going on at every turn, find compassion for myself, don't beat myself up for what I'm learning or what I did or how I made a mistake, because you're learning that every mistake actually is an opportunity to grow. You're fully changing your perspective on yourself, on how you operate as a person, how you feel about yourself. And I think that's also what makes you alluring, is that you have this drive to want to love yourself, and you have this drive to want to learn and to grow and to push yourself forward and to be open to change and to move towards yourself in a new way and move towards adventure in a new way. And you have this magic in you, you guys. Like, there is literal magic that people are drawn to inside of you. You have like a diamond. Like, oh my God, I wanted to use these cards, but I was like too many words. But there was a diamond card. I can't find it. There was a diamond card, but there was also this card, Person of Water, the emotional idealist, emotionally connected, psychic, wow, I can't read right now. Empathic, intuitive, sensitive, heart-centered, feels deeply, takes things personally, healer, counselor, advisor, and author. You guys are a diamond. You have a diamond inside of you, and other people can see you shining, and that's alluring. And also people see how psychic and empathetic you are, and how emotionally connected you are to yourself and to others. And you also have this ability to be a healer, and some of you may be healers or readers or something in spirituality or some kind of like advisor or teacher or life coach. I'm getting like this group is very healing. Like, you have a very healing energy to you, and you probably are very good at making other people feel calm and safe and loved. And I think that's also why people find you alluring, because you have this ability to help others feel safe. And I also heard that you also are protective of yourself. You're beginning to be more protective of yourself than you were previously. And I feel like that's so good. Like, it's really good to protect yourself. It's interesting because I keep getting thrown into these different ways. Like, okay, so like, you're protective of yourself. I think before you were really open with your energy. Now you're becoming more protective, and now you're learning about how to not be so protective. Like, it's like you're kind of going from one extreme to another. But what you're really great is adaptability. So you're now coming back into the middle of being protective of your energy, but not too much to where you push people out. And then also being able to be open and to help people. And you're just learning about how to protect your energy, but not so much. It's like you're really learning about the ins and outs of the way energy works right now. I feel like a lot of you are thinking about how energy works. I think a lot of you are coming to realizations that energy is actually a thing, and that like it's something that can help you, and that also something that I think you guys are very open with your energy just generally. You could be a reflector. Reflectors are really open. It's a human design. If you don't know what it is, go look up human design. You put in your birthday and it talks about different types of design and the way we work with others and energy. And you could be a reflector or a projector, but I think a lot of you are reflectors, and that also ties into like you could be an INFJ or INFP from Myers-Briggs personality types. If you don't know what that is, totally disregard, but it's a personality type. And I just feel like this group is very like that, those kinds of things. And I think you're learning about energy and how you're very open with your energy. And I think that a lot of you are influenced a lot by the people that you are around. And I think that you're beginning to really be picky about who you let into your energy and who you let into your life and your castle and yourself. And I think that you are really finding that you need to be more discerning, and you are being more discerning because you have such a beautiful energy and light that people really want to take it, right? So it's like you're figuring out how to not let people in that don't have your best interest at heart. You really are vetting people in a different way. You're really vetting, like, are you good for me? Are you like energetically the same? Are you gonna bring me down? Are you gonna help me lift me up? Like, and that's really good. I think that you've worked on your self-worth a lot to get to the point where you're like, I don't want to just allow anyone into my energy anymore, because it doesn't make me better. It doesn't make me feel better. It doesn't make me a better person. It doesn't make me like healed. Like, you're really healing a lot of your wounds and healing a lot of the things that have been put on you. And you're really thinking about how energy works, and you're thinking about what people you want in your life, and you're really seeing yourself clearly, and Spirit is really commending you for trying to see yourself clearly and being able to finally see yourself clearly. And you have such a beautiful gift to give people, and that's what's alluring about you. You have a beautiful gift of you. You're beautiful. You are a gift, and you're now realizing you're a gift, and now you're like, okay, who do I want to give my gift of me to, right? And that is beautiful, you guys, like beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I wanted to do some tarot to see what else is alluring about you. Spirit, what else is alluring about pile 1? What else is alluring? I heard emotionally connected. You have so much love to give, and it's really beautiful, committed, just beautiful love. And, you know, we have the High Priestess. This is talking about your intuition. So hold on. You have beautiful love to offer people, and you're just trying to figure out who deserves that love, because you have beautiful love. You have this beautiful ability to commit to people and to be there for people in a way that others just can't. And that's what's alluring about you. Okay, so the High Priestess is all about intuition, all about, what am I seeing here? I want to pick the card up for a second. I was like thinking about doing this. People say if you touch the card, you can get more from it. And I'm like, that's a great idea. I don't know. I just see like, your crown chakra is connected to your intuition and your third eye. And you have this way of gathering information from a download from spirit. I also see you connected to everything. Like, it's really interesting what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing you standing, right? And I see you're like, there's a light coming up above from spirit all the way into your crown chakra and your third eye. But I'm also seeing your third eye connected to everyone around you with light. Like, connected to every single thing and every single person. And also connected to the earth and animals. And I really felt like for this pile, the animals were important. When I was pulling these cards, I really wanted to keep pulling more animal cards. And the animals are important to you guys. You're very connected to animals. Your intuition is pulling from every single source that is out there. You are connected to every single thing. You're realizing you're connected. And your intuition is becoming more online because of how much you're realizing the energy, what energy is and how it's connected. And maybe you're becoming, what's interesting is that I don't usually use my visuals, right? Like, I have the ability to use visualization to see what spirit's trying to tell me, but I also have the ability to hear. My hearing, I'm more clairaudient than I am clairvoyant. Or is clairvoyant? No, I'm more clairsentient and clairaudient than I am like seeing. I think it's clairvoyant. But I think that what spirit's trying to tell me here is that because I don't usually try to see with my eye, like my seeing like a visualization, but I just was right now. And I think what spirit is trying to tell me is that your visualization and your clairvoyancy is getting stronger. You may be clairaudient and clairsentient, but what spirit's trying to tell me is that your ability to see visually what's going on like in the 5D in the ether is getting stronger. And if you haven't found this yet, Spirit is asking you to go into meditation and try to open your third eye and try to see things that are behind the veil. So what I do is there's a veil usually in front of my eyes when which is the regular 3D world, right? I close my eyes usually to help, and then you get good at it. You don't have to close your eyes, but you can close your eyes and then just try to see what's behind the veil. Ask Spirit, what do I need to see? What is behind the veil? Ask, and then see, and then just be patient with yourself. And the more you do this, the more you're going to enhance your spiritual gifts. I think what this is about is that what's so alluring is that you guys have spiritual gifts. Everyone has spiritual gifts, but I think that you've been working on yourself more. And you could just be working on yourself. And you don't have to be. Here's the thing. I think some of you in this pile are not spiritual. So if you're not spiritual, you've been working on your if I went there anyways, but I think that you've been working on your healing more, like psychologically, that's what I meant to say. And I think that is helping your gifts, whether you believe that you have them or not, get stronger. But the ones of you that believe in spirit and believe about this, right? Your spiritual gifts are getting stronger. Your intuition's getting stronger, but I believe your visualization of with clairvoyancy is getting stronger. I swear, if it's not clairvoyancy, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to look right now. Okay, I was right, but it's also about seeing in the future. And I think also why Spirit wanted me to look this up was not to make sure I was right, but to also say that you have ability to have prophetic visions from the future and to see things, and that gift might be getting stronger. And also, I think you have the ability, like an INFJ. If you don't know what it is, go look it up on Google. You have ability, like an INFJ. If you're not an INFJ, to you're very good at reading people's patterns of their body. And you're very good at knowing what's going to happen next because you've seen it before. You're very good at like learning patterns. So like when someone's about to get into a fight, you can see what's going to happen. Not maybe just also empathetically from your feeling, but like seeing the way people's actions move, and like you can predict what's going to happen next. But I think that Spirit's also saying that you have this on a bigger scale, and that's also what's so alluring about you, is that you have this ability to see things on a bigger scale and see prophetically what could happen next. And that gift is getting stronger. Spirit really, really wanted to stress that, guys. Like, that was extremely important. Spirit really, 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 really wanted me to stress that. Okay. So we have, ooh, interesting. The devil. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just thinking. So I think this is talking about your sexual power, but it's also talking about you being able to overcome your addictions. And the power of when you overcome an addiction or an obsession, it could be anything, right, guys? This could just be being chained to something. You're breaking chains to where you haven't broken them before. What I'm hearing is you're breaking generational trauma and generational curses. You're breaking that. The power of you, and what is so alluring about you is that you have finally broken so many generations of trauma and of curses, because you have gone head first into healing, and because you're such a deep soul and an old soul, that you have broken that. You have broken the chains of time, of trauma, of pain, of doing something the same way over and over and over again. Some of you could be addicts, some of you could be overcoming addictions in some way, and that Spirit is saying that you have broken the chains of generational trauma, not just with addictions, but with trauma, with pain, with doing something over and over and over and over again, because it's just passed down from one generation to the next. You have created great chains and change. Wow. I keep saying chains, but that's interesting. Spirit obviously wants me to say chains instead of change, but both, right? Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, Spirit, can I get another one? We've got Page of Wands. So this is your ability to go after what you want. This is also good news could be coming in for you guys. I don't know why. I see someone carrying something. Like someone coming to you with something and carrying something. It could be it's some kind of good news. Like here, I see it like a box though. So I don't know. Someone could be giving you a gift. There's some idea that could also be being born, but you have this ability, this fearlessness to go after growth and adventure. And that's what this is talking about. Anything else, Spirit, for what's so alluring about them? Look at that, Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's some truth coming to light for you guys. There's some breakthrough that's just happened or about to happen. There's success and mental clarity in some place in your life. And Spirit is saying that, it doesn't look right. I'm surprised I didn't mess up on my cards when I did that. But Spirit is saying that there's a breakthrough coming for you, or you've just had it. There's something that has come to light for you guys, some truth that you've realized, and that has helped you stay on the path that you need to stay on and has catapulted you in the right direction. Spirit's saying that you're on the right path, going in the right direction. Okay, I wanted to get a couple of these cards. They're like new cards, so I was like, I need to use them. Okay, Spirit, anything else for what's so alluring about pile 1? Okay, so we've got Water Carrier. Humanitarian, generosity, nobility, balance, calm life, communication, compassion, unselfish, alleviate suffering, benefactor, care for others, humane, helpful, and ethical. I mean, if I could sum up this reading, that's basically what this is about. I also think this is Spirit's wanting me to talk about the purity of your heart and the purity of how unselfish and compassionate you are, just in so many ways. That is also what makes you so alluring, is how compassionate and kind and generous you are, and how noble that you are. And I feel like a lot of you just consistently have this beautiful, pure heart where you just don't want to hurt anybody. And it's like, it's partly because you're an old soul, but it's partly just because you have a wonderful heart and you have a wonderful soul and you just want to help others, and you're a humanitarian, like humanitarian, humane, helpful. Like, you want to help others, and you're very ethical. You don't do things that are unethical because out of pain. Like, a lot of people lash out at others when they're in pain, but you lash out at yourself when you're in pain. And you're working on that. So once you get that down, dude, like, you are healing that. So it's like, you're on your way. You like are on your way in such a beautiful way. And I'm just so proud of you, and Spirit's so proud of you too. And you guys are very alluring, if I haven't said it enough. Crystal ball, intuition. I'm going to put it up here because you guys can't see it. Intuition, premonition, seeing clearly, discernment, perception, sixth sense, instinct, divination, future planning, ESP, past, present, future, gut reaction, inner knowing. This is about what I was talking about seeing clearly, about being clairvoyant, about having premonition. I literally said you're seeing the future. Now you have the ability to see the future, and that gift is becoming stronger, the sixth sense. It's really awesome. I love that so much. And that's also what is alluring about you, is that people are drawn to you because you can see things that other people can't. And I was saying that at the beginning, and I was saying more in the 3D way, but this is Spirit saying that this is in a 5D way. Like, you're able to see things from Spirit and about the spirit world that other people can't. You're growing that gift. These ones, Spirit? Okay. Oh my God, of course. Look at this. News, microphone, news, trending, broadcast, expression, strong opinion, make known, current events, public speaking, speak truth, communicate, social media, being heard, and speaking up. So this is news in the beginning, which I feel like is talking about this news that's coming in, but I also feel this is talking about, in some way, you're speaking your truth. It could be on social media, it could be just in life, but people are hearing you. Maybe you're public speaking in some way soon. One of you could be public speaking soon and be nervous about that. But Spirit's saying that when you speak, you're going to be channeling and you're going to be able to know what to do next. But a lot of you speak in some way, and the way that you help people is through speaking and communicating and helping people feel heard and speaking your truth. You're beginning to speak your truth in a whole new way. We've got ballet shoes, stamina, endurance, talent, repetition, effort required, on your toes, honing a skill, laser focus, poise and grace, tread lightly, balancing act, pursuit of arts and expertise. So you guys are like, some of you could be learning a new skill or something new. I think a lot of you, Spirit really wants you, if you believe in Spirit and you believe in clairvoyance, Spirit really wants you to keep working on this gift because it is changing and it is becoming stronger. And the more you work on it and the more you actively work on it, the better it's going to be. Woo! Okay, I think that's all I have for you guys. I think you guys are very alluring. I can feel it so much in this energy, in your energy. Please like and subscribe, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. So for today's pick a card, we are doing what's so alluring about you, or why do people find you so alluring, basically. Your cards are horse, mouse, unicorn, firefly, 46, the thinking man, 41, 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, 45, man holding a heart, 3, benefactor, grace and generosity. We have 40, follow the leader. We have 12, slow and steady, 27, home, new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine, new moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. So I feel like what people find most alluring about you is how calm, steady, and loyal and reliable that you are. So for your first card of horse, this is earth energy. And I think it's interesting that we have 2 earth cards. So for horse, it's about being loyal. It's about being dependable. It's about being free. I think that there's this beautiful freedom that the horse has and how it just runs through life and adventure and just keeps moving forward and finds freedom where it can. I think a lot of you have this need and want for freedom in your life and independence. I feel like a lot of you are very independent. We have mouse, which is also earth energy. This is about paying attention to details, getting really connected to making sure that you're making the plans that you need to do and attending to the details in a way that others don't. I think that's also alluring, is that you have this ability to pay attention to the details in a way that other people can't. We have unicorn. Unicorn's a spiritual card. And I feel like a lot of you, so we have 2 spiritual cards. We have a third eye card, and we also have a crown chakra card. So this is about your third eye, but I think that a lot of you are opening into trying to figure out where your intuition comes from. And a lot of you are awakening into spirituality or thinking about awakening into spirituality is what I'm getting. But a lot of you are very intuitive and you have this ability to see things that other people can't. And your third eye, I feel like, is really strong. Like, just genuinely has always been very strong. And I think you're beginning to understand or trying to understand where it comes from and why it's there and how do you trust it more. We also have Firefly, and Firefly is air, and it's about thinking. I think it's interesting we have two thinking cards right next to each other. I think you guys have a very strong analytical mind. I think you're very logical. I think you see things that other people can't. I think that people find you alluring because of your ability to attend to the details and your ability to find the light when there's darkness. I feel a lot of you are very compassionate and are wonderful teachers. You could be I heard author for some reason, but teacher, public speaker. In some way you speak to others and help them through their issues in some way, shape, or form. It could be a therapist, it could be a teacher, it could be a life coach, it could be anything. You could just be doing this regularly in your life. I think a lot of people are drawn to you for your ability to help them heal, is what I'm hearing. You are I think it's interesting that we have two male cards. We have the thinking man and we have man holding a heart. I think a lot of you have a lot of masculine energy or are very good at being action oriented. I think a lot of you are very logical and are a leader. We have this follow the leader card. I feel like people are drawn to you because of your leadership abilities. You may not feel like a leader, right? But it doesn't mean you aren't one. You may not actively try to be the leader, but you have leadership abilities. And I think that without wanting and trying to be the leader, you are a leader. And I think that that's what's so alluring about you is that you're not trying to be a leader, right? People are drawn to people that are leaders, but I think what's so beautiful about you is that you are not trying to be a leader. And that's also what's alluring about you is that you are a leader whether you try to or not, right? It's like you set the stage, you create groundbreaking ideas. You have this ability to change people's minds about things that they previously weren't able to do, and you're able to open people's minds into possibilities or ways of thinking that they're not able to open their own mind to, because you can see things that other people can't. You can draw people to the right conclusions, not the right conclusions, right, but like to conclusions where that they can come to their own conclusion in a new way. You give people an ability to look at themselves in a new way, to look at situations with more compassion for themselves, to look at situations in a more like logical but kind way, but in a way that it's like a practical way. It's a lot more grounded. You have very grounded energy, Pile 2. You're very grounded. And you have this ability to be very patient with others and with yourself. There's a slow and steady card. You have this ability to create patience, help others become more patient. People find you alluring because of your ability to be patient with themselves and with you and with your family even. You have this ability to move at a pace that is consistent, but able to continue doing what you need to do in a way that is actually very strong and dependable. This group is very strong and very dependable and loyal. And when you love somebody, you will. I think that a lot of you don't just love everybody, right? It's like when you find someone that you love, then you give everything to that person. But you have to be very sure about the person that you're thinking about. You have to be very very, very sure about the person. You have to vet them in your own way. You go really slow in figuring out what a love relationship is or a regular friendship. You move into it with caution, because we do have this mouse card. You move into it with caution and you move into it in a way that is slower, right? And I think that's very smart. I think you know it's smart. I think a lot of you are really there's this man holding a heart. I think there's someone that's holding your heart right now. You could be in a relationship, you don't have to be, but there's someone that's holding your heart. I get a lot of you have passion. A lot of you feel passionate towards somebody right now. And I also feel sadness. I feel the sadness about it as well. I think that you're figuring out how to move in how to trust more. That's what I'm hearing. I feel like you're figuring out how to trust others more. You're really figuring out how to create better relationships for yourself by trusting more and by taking more spontaneous action. I think that you're very good at being slow and steady, and that's very alluring, but I also think you're trying to move into taking more spontaneous action, being more open-minded when it comes to other people and your own relationships. I think you've created a beautiful home for yourself. I think that you're very aesthetic. I feel like you're very sensual. I feel like you're very passionate. I think people find you alluring because of those things, but also because you have created a very comfortable home. I think a lot of you, I think the home is inside of you, but I think it's also outside of you. I think I keep getting drawn to like your home aesthetics and like what's around you. You're very, very detailed about what's around you and where you want to put things and how you want the energy, or not even the energy, but just the way things look. And I think that's what's alluring about you. I think you're trying to create a better home within yourself. Love is important right now. I feel like a lot of you are trying to draw in love, or manifesting love, or trying to move into love more, or thinking about love differently in the ways that you haven't thought about it before. And I think that this ability to keep looking at things in ways that you haven't before is what's alluring about you. You have this want to grow. You have this want to move forward. You have this want to question things. You question things the way others don't. You question the way, like, why something is the way it is. How did people come up with this technology? I feel like a lot of you are technology driven, or in some ways very interested in technological advances. That's what I'm hearing. And I feel like you're very interested in why things work the way they do, how things came about, how someone figured something out. You're very interested in like invention and how people figure things out. And I think that that's very alluring because people want to understand that too, but you have a take on it that other people don't. You have this ability to see things come out before other people. I feel like a lot of you figure out things before other people do, and that's alluring about you. And I think that there's this want to attune to something greater than yourself, whatever that is, right? It could be the divine, it doesn't have to be, but there's this want to connect to something greater than yourself and to understand it in a better way. And I think that's why we have this 6th and 7th chakra, this third eye and this crown chakra, because those chakras are the ones where you're thinking about things, about the world and about existential stuff, and you're thinking about like what is the meaning after death, or is there something behind the 3D world that we have? Is there more to it? And I think you're really questioning that in your life right now. And I think what's also really alluring about you is how you choose to always focus on the positive. You are always trying to see the things like with glass half full. You're always trying to approach things with a more optimistic point of view, and you're also very generous with the way you think about things and how you feel about things, and grace and generosity in giving to others and helping others see themselves clearer. That's what I think. Okay, I think that's all I have for this part, but I'm going to get into tarot right now. All right, let's see. What is alluring about pile 2, Spirit? King of Wands. I love that. I think this is you really getting comfortable with actually being a leader, a visionary, an entrepreneur, about being loyal, about being innovative, about being about your power. I think that you're really wanting to go after something you want. I feel like a lot of you are really trying to heal to go after something you want, like really strongly. Like I feel that very, very strongly. What I'm hearing is I want to be more spontaneous, more passionate, and go for the things I want in a stronger way, in a more healed way. I think a lot of you are healing wounds that where you haven't been able to go after what you want because of a wound. And I think what's alluring about you is that you are stepping into your power in a new way and thinking about things in a new way and pushing yourself to move in maybe a quicker way than you maybe normally feel very comfortable moving very slow. But I think you guys are trying to move in a quicker way, but not too much to where you don't feel comfortable. I think you're trying to quicken your pace in going after what you want, but not so much to where you feel overwhelmed. You're just trying to move a little bit quicker. But that's like King of Wands is a very quick card. Like King of Pentacles, I would think you guys are like King of Pentacles, which is very slow, very steady, very grounded, right? But you're trying to achieve King of Wands, and King of Wands is one of the I think it's the fastest card in the deck. as in like the suits, like the King of Wands, King of Cups. Yeah, it is. King of Wands, King of Cups, King of Pentacles, and oh my God, King of Swords. There we go. King of Wands is very fast-paced, passionate, like courageous, goes after what he wants. And I think a lot of you are looking at how to be more of a King of Wands. And also what's alluring about you is that you are the King of Wands, but like I think a lot of you don't realize you're the King of Wands. And I think that what's alluring about you is that you want to be the King of Wands, but you are, and people see that you are, but you don't see that you are. And that's always alluring. It's always like, oh, they don't understand like how great they are, right? Like that's really alluring. I think that's really, it's really, people find it very sexy is what I'm hearing. Also like, just, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, you're not prideful. You're trying to step into your power more, but in a real way. And people can see that. It's really beautiful, guys. Okay, so we've got King. Oh my God, I was literally thinking about the King of Swords. I was like, I'm surprised they don't have the King of Swords here. That's what I was thinking. So you have King of Swords, and King of Swords is very like the thinking man. Like if I could come up with two cards that were the same, it'd be the King of Swords and the thinking man. The King of Swords is very intellectual, very mentally powerful. They are very in truth. They are wise counsel. They are somebody who thinks about things in a very logical manner, but is very connected to wanting the truth and to see things clearly. I think that you're trying to see things clearly, and I think it's really interesting that we have two kings. I think you are the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, and you're wanting to move into more of the King of Wands. This could be other people in your life, but I don't get that right now. I really get that it's you. Whoa. Okay. We have a new beginning. I think your search for adventure is alluring. I think you're wanting a new beginning, and I think that you're calling that in, and people can feel. Here's the thing, energetically, people can feel when you're changing. People can feel when you're trying to call something in. People can feel an energetic shift of you wanting something new. People can feel it. I know they may not be conscious of it, but I think that people are feeling your want for a new beginning, your want to be more like the King of Wands, and I think that people are being more magnetized to you because you're changing so much about yourself. And I think that ability to want to grow constantly is also something people find alluring about you. This is Santa Muerte. It's not a regular tarot card, but it's in this deck. This is about the birth of something new. The birth of life in a new way. I think you're very creation oriented. I think you're really coming into your power and stepping into your creations and who you are in a very new way. And I think that's also what's really alluring about you. Okay, Spirit, can I get a couple of these cards just to end for what's alluring about pile 2? Okay, so we've got roadblock. Blocked, changed, barriers, challenges, time to regroup, stuck, paralyzed, obstacle, stalling, temporary setback, take a detour, not right now, step forward, 2 steps back. So this could be you feeling like you're stuck. And I think that you're literally in between the King of Swords and the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. And I think you're trying to get out of maybe moving so slow, and maybe you do feel stuck. And I think that you're trying to move out of that energy. I feel like you're taking your time trying to make sure that you make the right step. And I think that you're healing the part of you that doesn't feel like you can make a step right now, that's maybe feeling stuck and maybe feeling afraid. And that's also what this mouse card's about, is about feeling afraid. And I think you're moving past this. Spirit's saying, keep moving forward. Don't be so hard on yourself. I feel like this group is very hard on themselves. It really reminds me of last week's pile. But I really wanted to get into what's alluring about you and not like what is like, what's challenging. And but there is this energy here. I just want to talk about it. So we have broken vase, hardship, misfortune, trial overcome, crisis, 2 steps back, another one. 2 steps back, 2 steps back. Change of state, grief, fix it, opportunity, pressure, burden, destroy, adversity, accidents, disappointments, and setback. And also it's 4 and 5, which I think is interesting. You're healing something broken. This is not to make you feel bad. Here we go. I heard that. I felt that. Don't feel bad about yourself right now. You are moving through this. We all go through this. We all go through times we feel stuck. We all go through times we feel hardship and and feeling like we take 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back. That is so normal. That is life, right? Like that is normal. You are moving through this. This is changing. You're not going to be here forever. Spirit is really stressing that we see it, right? Spirit's like, I see it, yes, and you see it, but you're moving forward and you're working on changing it. That's what the Santa Muerte card's about. Okay. Your want to move through this energy is what makes you alluring, guys. Your ability to move through this, you're going to be able to move through this. You are moving through this, and that's what's alluring about you. It's getting through hardship, overcoming hardship, taking 2 steps forward, even though you keep taking 3 steps back after you do it. You're like, I'm still going to do it. You're trudging along, and that's what's alluring about you. We've got eyeglasses, assessment, evaluate options, perspective, review, analyze, opinion, judgment, examine, seeing clearly. You're seeing clearly. You're going to be able to see clearly, more clearly than you were before. The fine print, estimate, closer look, focus awareness, check the details. Your ability to assess things and evaluate the options is very alluring. It's like your ability to see things in a different way, and also to evaluate what's going on and all the moving parts. That's alluring. We have spring, new moon, the maiden within 1 to 3 months. Some of you may be wondering, like, how long it will take you to move through this, and Spirit's saying within 1 to 3 months. I know that's a long time, but with healing, it's not, if you think about it. Okay, Spirit, what is alluring about them? Oh, I just got people find you sexy. You may not feel sexy, but people find you sexy. Chocolate, satisfaction, perfection, love, romance, treating yourself, sweet, rich, smooth, splurge, aphrodisiac, the good stuff, fine dining, do things right, celebration, and elevated mood. I think you know how to have fun. I think you guys like to go out and you like to go to concerts, or you like to like hang out with friends, or what else do you guys like to do? I mean, there's so many things. I think a lot of you like to go out in some way, shape, or form, and people really like to be around you. And I think that you have this inner independence where you lead with, I just, I'm going to go and do the things I want. And that's sexy. I think people find that really, really, really sexy, that your inner independence, your ability to go places alone and to like do things alone. I think that's really sexy. I think you're trying to figure out how to open your circle a little bit more, to have more people involved with you, to be able to do things more with others. I think you have the inner independence to do things on your own, but I think you're trying to call in more people to help you do more things with each other, right? We have blinders, victim mentality, confusion, tunnel vision, resist clarity, confirmation bias, restriction, narrow focus, echo chamber, denial, oblivious, out of touch, hyperfocus, and concentration. So I think this is just basically talking about this roadblock that you're in. You may feel like you're not seeing something clearly. And this is Spirit saying you're going to be able to see it clearly soon. Just keep trying to see it clearly. Keep trying to make sure that you're seeing things as clearly as humanly possible. I think that some of you may be seeing things through a wounded point of view, and the more that you work on healing your woundedness, the more you're going to be able to see clearly. But then we also have this third eye card and this 7th chakra. You are going to be starting to see things clear. I think these cards are showing me how hard you are on yourself. I think these cards are trying to tell me you're very hard on yourself, and that being hard on yourself is actually keeping you more stuck. And it's like, how can you be less hard on yourself? I also think it's so interesting. We have 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Like, things are moving forward, and you just have to keep trusting that things are moving forward. Is this 1? I'm just like, what's going on? Keep moving forward. Things are changing. Don't give up. Things are changing. Spirit's saying things are changing. I'm saying things are changing. Things are changing for you guys. You're moving through this energy. If you can somehow not be so hard on yourself, this is going to make this energy move a lot quicker. And that's what Spirit really wants to stress with these cards. Okay. I think that's all I have for you guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So for today's pick a card, we're doing What's So Alluring About You. So we have Dragonfly, Lion, Otter, Bear, 31 Door to Value, 22 Yin and Yang, 28 Victory, 46 Root Girl, the Disowned Self, 4 Spirit of Place, 23 Golden Palace, 35 Education, Last Quarter Moon in Libra, Make the Time for Self-Love, and Full Moon in Cancer, Let Your Fears Dissolve. So what I first think is super interesting is that we have Dragonfly, which is air, Lion, which is fire, Otter, which is Otter, which is water, Bear, which is earth. So we have literally all 4 elements in your reading for yourself and what's so alluring about you. And we also have yin and yang. And yin and yang is like the balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So I think that this is talking about how freaking balanced you guys are. You guys are so balanced in every element and in every the way you lead with your feminine or masculine energies or how they're working in your life. You are so balanced, and I think that spirit really wants to commend you for being balanced first and foremost. But also what's really alluring about you is this: you have this ability to command elements and energy in ways that others don't. I think you guys are very connected to pile one because they had a total balance of these energies, which I think is actually pretty awesome. So if you feel drawn to pile one, please go there because there may be messages there for you. You guys are very alluring because you have this mystery about you and you have this inner strength. And I think that you are very dedicated to inner transformation and personal transformation and even spiritual transformation. A lot of you are, the bear talks about being in winter and coming out of winter and coming into yourself in a new way and into spiritual transformation or transformation and moving into spring. And the lion talks about just always being dedicated to inner transformation, but in a very strong and resilient and consistent type of way. And the dragonfly is all about commanding your own mind and your own thoughts. And the otter is about inner playfulness and just having this beautiful playfulness about you and this childlike playfulness. I think a lot of you are really, you've done a lot of healing to get connected to your inner child. And what's so alluring about you is this door to value, this ability that you're finding to love yourself in a total, whole, beautiful, deep way. You're really dedicated to transformation, and people can see your dedication to transformation, and you may trigger a lot of people because of that, but that's what makes you so alluring. You're intriguing in the way that you own your darkness. You're a friend to your darkness. You are light. You are owning your light. You're owning all parts of you. This is what this is about. Owning all parts of you. Owning your divine masculine and your divine feminine. Owning the fire, water, earth, and air elements that you have inside of you. Owning your inner transformation, your strength, your power. You're owning this disowned self. This is about owning your inner child, owning those parts of you that have been disowned maybe for a very long time, and you've done deep healing into the inner work to get connected to the root of who you are, this beautiful disowned self. This card specifically talks about getting connected to the disowned part of yourself because that's the most beautiful part of you. And I think that you've now done the work to get connected to the disowned parts of you, and you've found inner power and beauty in those parts. And that's what this otter's about. I think you've always been playful, but I think you're coming into realizing how to play and be more optimistic in a new way. And you guys are really coming into like power. I like really have to say like how this energy is moving. This energy is like, it's like building and building and building and building, and your inner transformation is building and building and building, and you're coming into a whole new you. And there's this victory card. You don't give up. You don't give up. You just don't. You never give up on yourself. And that's also what's really powerful and really alluring about you, is that you don't give up on yourself. You don't. You never give up on yourself. And you don't give up on transformation, and you don't give up on healing, and you don't give up on any part of yourself. You've never given up. And I think that loyalty and strength of you is why people find you so alluring. They want that. And I think it's really interesting that we have 4 moon cards. You have like these sliver moons, and then we have last quarter moon, which is almost a full moon, and then we have a full moon. You're figuring out how to let your fears dissolve. You're not letting your fears take over you anymore, and you're having this is what I'm hearing. I want to keep moving forward and taking action to better my life. And people find that alluring. People find the fact that you keep going after what you want alluring. And you are also, I think this education card's talking about, and we have a stork is here. Well, a stork. There could be good news coming in for you with education. Some of you could be graduating. That's only for like 1 or 2 of you. But there's this education card, and it's about really educating yourself, but also on spiritual transformation, and also on transformation, but also on maybe some skills you want to develop, or skills that you've developed and that you are really stepping into. Your want for information and to find the answers is what makes you alluring. Your want to keep figuring out yourself is what's alluring. Your want to keep healing is alluring. Your want to understand energies and the way that they work is really alluring. I think you guys have really worked on your masculine and feminine wounds if you have them, and you're stepping into your masculine and feminine energy in a whole new way, and people can sense that. People can see you stepping into these energies in a new way, and you're taking action in ways you haven't before, and you're also using the divine feminine to receive in ways you haven't before. You're expecting more than you did before out of relationships. And that inner respect that you're gaining is what makes people find you so alluring. People love when people respect themselves. If you have self-worth and confidence, people are drawn to that. And people are drawn to your confidence and your want for your confidence. People are getting drawn into you because of your confidence, your self-respect, but also because you continually keep moving forward and keep trying to figure out life out and keep trying to figure out the meaning of life. People find the way you think about things very interesting. People find like the way that you question yourself and the world. People find that alluring because they don't think about things the way you think about things, which is why I think you're like Pile 1, because Pile 1's very about like seeing things that other people don't and being very connected in that way. And I think you guys have that gift very strongly. That's why I really feel like you should go look at Pile 1 if you want, because it's very like it's a whole part of you that is like in Pile 1, but this is another part of you, and it's like people just really are drawn to you for multiple reasons. And people may not always understand why they're drawn to you, but it's because you are so deep and so connected to yourself in a very intricate way. You've done a lot of healing to be very connected to all parts of you, and people can sense that. People can sense that healing, and people are drawn to you because you are a light, because you are a friend to your darkness. And you guys are very spiritual. I feel like a lot of you in this pile are very spiritual. And spirit of place. I think that what is this card about spirit? Hold on. There's a foundation that you've built in yourself, but also in spirit. I feel like you guys have really done a lot of spiritual sensing and spiritual like information gathering and spiritual gift advancing. I don't know, I just said that all funny, but you're really advancing your spiritual gifts in a new way. And you've gained a foundation in spirituality that you haven't had before, and it's something that you really turn to help comfort you and help lead you in your life, and being very intuitive about where you're going and why you're going there next. And I think that that's very attractive and alluring to others, because you respond to your life in the way that most people don't. You respond to like, where do I want my life to go? What's my life purpose? You've really gone and changed that into something really different and beautiful. And people are like, well, but the normal way is this, and this. And you're like, no, I'm doing it this, and this way, because this is what honors my soul. And the way that you honor yourself is so alluring. People find the way that you honor your life and your desires and what you want and how you feel about yourself, that is alluring. How you honor yourself. And it's very satisfying and comforting and beautiful. And it's like, you guys have really taken the time to honor yourself and to keep honoring yourself. And that's what people find most alluring about you, is how you're honoring yourself. And because here's the thing, people want to honor themselves too. And they see you doing it and they're like, I want to do that. And that's why you're so alluring. Okay, I want to get some tarot for pile 3 spirit. Whoa. For what's alluring about them. We have 2 of Pentacles. You have this ability to balance resources and help others. You have this ability to help others by helping them balance resources in some way. That's what I'm hearing. We've got the Tower in reverse. We had it in reverse. So I think this is your ability to get through hard shit. You have this ability to break down your own tower where it's actually not helping or healing you. You're destroying and breaking down old ways of working within yourself and working with others that don't really work, that aren't built on a foundation, and you're building a new foundation up. What is alluring about you is your ability to break down your life and rebuild it back up into something even better. People are really drawn to that, and people are also drawn to your ability to help others and your ability to be flexible and adaptable and to continue going and making decisions for yourself that are very healing and very strong. You are very strong, pile 3. Very, very strong. 9 of Swords. Is this 9? Yes. No. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords in reverse. You have this ability to get past your past. You have broken free from your past. You have broken free from the things that have held you back, and people find that very alluring. You've broken free from the past. This is talked about in Pile 1 too, but you've broken generational trauma and generational curses because of your ability to break down old foundations that don't work and build up better. You've broken generational traumas, but in connection to what actually helps you and heals you and what actually doesn't help you. You let go of the things that don't help you and you move towards the things that are actually helpful and very connected and very healed. So you're moving towards something totally new, a new way of doing things, a new way of thinking about things, a new way of healing, and you're like breaking ground with that. And this ability to have breakthroughs, that's something that's very alluring about you too. You break through things in ways that other people can't. Ace of Wands, this is about you always looking for a new beginning, you always looking for the creative spark, you always wanting to follow your passions, for looking at yourself in a new way. You're following your talent, you're following your passion, you're following breakthroughs and epiphanies. You're having major breakthroughs and epiphanies, and that's because you are dedicated, and I'm talking about dedicated to transformation and inner transformation and spiritual transformation and healing transformation. You are all about transformation, pile 3, all about it. All right, Spirit, can I get pile 3? What is so alluring about pile 3? This is talking about getting rid of your baggage, excess, unresolved issues held together, preparedness, pack rat, fearing, separation, heavy burdens, responsibilities, necessities, prepared to go, next phase, long journey. So this is you continually working through your unresolved issues and getting through your fears and your heavy burdens, moving into responsibility, moving into real. I think you guys are really dedicated to understanding and getting comfortable with the fact that this is the long journey, and you getting comfortable with the fact that this is a long journey is going to help you continue the journey in a way where you're not going to get burnt out. Okay, Spirit, what else about pile 3? I keep wanting to say pile 1, which I think is also interesting. Whoa, that's a lot. I can't do that many, Spirit. Okay, we'll just go with this one because this one's here first. Bonfire, enthusiasm, energy, heated, intense joy, ignite, passion, ecstasy, exhilaration, spark, community, sharing ideas, getting things going, orgasm, fantasism, fever, and fierce. You guys have a fierce energy. You have a very passionate energy. People are very, very drawn to your fire, to your fierceness, to your enthusiasm for life, for your passion and intense want to experience things in a very sensual and exciting and enthusiastic and passionate way. You guys have a zest for life. Okay, I'm going to read these 3 because they all came out at once. So we've got flamingos, soulmates, lovers, union, courtship, dating, attraction, seduce, long-term potential, displays of affection, charm, it factor, 2 of a kind, alluring, je ne sais quoi. So you guys are really, this is talking about how you guys are very, very good at deep commitment, I think, and very good at, you're very good at like attracting like soulmates or twin flames. You're very good at attracting people to date. Like, you guys are very alluring in like the way that you're in romance. That's what I'm hearing. In romance, you guys are very alluring and very attractive because of how strong and how, like, I hear sexy and like fascinating you are. I feel like this group is very fascinating, very magnetic. Your energy just is magnetic. Your energy is just powerful, and people are very really attracted to that. We've got roundabout, community, connections, new direction, keep it moving, controls the flow of information, solutions, circular reasoning, fluid, many working parts, perfect timing, and redirect. This is your ability to continually cycle through the cycles of life and move through the cycles of life in a flowing way, and about getting very connected to connections and community. We've got scuba diver, going within, observation, 0 point, self-examination, exploring the unconscious mind, in the void, desire to know, self-reflection, disconnecting, deep thoughts, and subliminal. You guys are very deeply connected to your subconscious because you have, wow, guys, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I cannot. Okay. You guys, and then we have 5 right here, which I'm going to read because it's on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 7. I wonder where 6 is. Okay, I'm going to read these 2 because we have 6 and 7. So we have got 5. Spilled milk, regret, accidents happens, don't sweat the small stuff, mistakes, leave it in the past, it's over, cannot be changed, disappointed, clean up time, let it go, minor problems. I think you guys are letting go of things that are really trivial, that actually don't really serve you. And I talked about not crying over spilled milk in one of the piles, and a commenter was talking about how that was something that she was told, I think it was a she was told that, when, like, don't cry over spilled milk, like, as a trauma response. And, like, I was saying it as a way to, like, I think like you guys are realizing how to get over crying over spilled milk, and she was saying that it brought up a trauma response, but it actually was healing because of it. And I think that this is talking about something similar, and I just want to like tell that person I'm really sorry that happened. But also like you really are learning about how to let things go that are not serving you, and really learning about how to let your fears go. And then we have 6, travel or airplane, travel, long distance, speed, overcome, rise up, freedom, no boundaries, breaking free, in control, things work out, taking off, leave it behind, internal guidance systems. This is really about you guys flying into a whole new you, flying into breaking free of the things that have held you back, really, really, truly breaking things free from the things that have held you back, from the patterns of your thoughts, from like obstacles. You're really, really like flying through the obstacles and moving into new things in a very new way. And I'm just so proud of you guys for doing the deep healing, being connected, and pushing for inner transformation constantly. And people find you alluring because of so many reasons, and it's partly because of your ability to command yourself in a beautiful, healed, self-respect, powerful, strong, resilient way, where you are totally committed to inner transformation of yourself. People really find that alluring. Okay, guys, I think that that's all I have for you. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.